I'm on Fiverr looking for a $5, $20, and $50 artist to create 3 new skins. You see, Clash of Clans is missing some hero skins. They started the Rogue, Ice, and Clockwork set, but they haven't completed any of them. They need a Rogue Warden, an Ice Warden, and a Clockwork Champion. That's why I'm here looking for artists that can hopefully create some solid concept art for these new skins. So it's actually really hard to find a $5 artist to create an illustration with color, which I mean, that's understandable. So the next best is $10. I found this one, which includes colors in the illustration. It's also an entire body illustration. That was the other really hard thing to find for a cheap price. A lot of people just do like the top half or the head of a body. I want an illustration that gives us a good idea of what these skins would look like if they got added to Clash of Clans. And that includes a full body art because just their head wouldn't show us anything about the skin. And we also need it in color because color is one of the most important things about skin design. So our $10 artist is a Gung Gumelar. I don't know. And the closest I could find to $20 was this $15 artist, Ilham Putera. So this one also has entire body and colored illustration. And our $50 artist is Braccioli. And this one is much more of a fantasy style, but I think the result I'm gonna get is something more like this because he says in the basic package that it's gonna be a detailed sketch with flat colors, not a bunch of shading and everything. The longest delivery we'll have to wait for is a 5-day delivery, but hopefully it comes sooner than that. Let's start contacting these artists. It's unlikely that any of these artists are going to be familiar with Clash of Clans, so I need to make sure that I explain what I'm looking for in a way that they understand. I'll send them reference images of the 4 default heroes so they get an idea of what the characters in the game look like, and then I'll send the current skins in that set, which they can use as reference images to create the skin that's missing. Alright, it looks like they've all replied and said that they can do it. So let's assign them each a skin, we'll send them a brief with the reference images and let them work. Oh, Braccioli asked if I could tell him a little more about it, but he doesn't work with existing characters. So I hope this is not a deal breaker because technically it's an existing character, but he's going to be doing a new design for them. Okay, so I've sent him images of all 4 of the heroes, and then I basically said that all of them have a rogue skin except for the Grand Warden. I sent him reference images for each of the rogue skins and then asked, even though the Grand Warden is an existing hero, if he could still design a rogue skin for him. Alright, so Agung said he could make a skin based on image references, so I've done the same for him. I've given him all the reference images he needs and then asked if he could make a... Oh, I just realized I made a mistake. I was supposed to assign a different skin to each artist, and I just sent the rogue skins to 2 artists, so I'm gonna have to correct this. Alright, so I just corrected it. I sent him the ice skins for him to make an Ice Warden instead of a Rogue Warden. And for Ilham, I'm gonna give him the Clockwork Champion to create. All right, all the reference images have been sent for the Clockwork Champion. Well, Braccioli just backed out on me. He said that he really, for some reason, doesn't work on existing franchises or video games, so he's not going to be able to do the Clash of Clans art. Thanks anyway. And I found a new artist who could potentially do this. Chinonso, it's only $30 for his standard package. We really don't need the premium package, which adds a background and scene. All we need is the $30 standard package, and the art he does looks really solid. So we're going to go with this one and see if he's able to do the Clash of Clans skin. So I'm sending him the same general information as everyone else, assuming he doesn't know anything about Clash of Clans, but I was not ready for what he replied with. All right, Chinoso replied and he said he also plays Clash of Clans Town Hall 13. Let's go, Chinoso. All right, so I got to send him the details. He's obviously familiar with Clash of Clans, so this is going to make it much easier for him to design a skin. Now I'm kind of happy that the other guy backed out because now we get to see what a seasoned Clash of Clans player does to the new skin designs as compared to the other people who potentially have never played Clash of Clans. So after I messaged Chinonso, he replied and said, yeah, I can do it for $100. And I was like, whoa, what is he trying to do here? Is he thinking that we both kind of clicked because we both play Clash of Clans, and now because of that, he's gonna try to charge me a bunch of money? And I said, I'm gonna choose the $30 package. And this is when I realized why he offered the $100 is because the reference images I sent him were 3D renders, and he assumed that I wanted him to do this in 3D. This actually also happened with Ilham, so it's a common misunderstanding when they see these 3D renders that they assume I want them to do it in 3D. But I got it sorted out with both of them and told them that I only wanted a single 2D image. So I went ahead and placed the order with Chinonso. 5 days later, and the deliveries are right on time. But before I show you the finished art, I just want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel if you enjoy content about skins and sceneries, because I post cosmetics content on this channel which you can't find anywhere else. So if you haven't yet, I would really appreciate it if you click the subscribe button. Now I'm very excited to see what they came up with, and we'll start off with the $10 art from a Gung who is assigned with creating the Ice Warden. Oh my goodness, that looks perfect. It fits the theme perfectly. He made the beard and his hair ice like the king, except the king only has an ice beard. His book is ice, his staff is ice. He's got the ice crown just like the queen. I couldn't ask for anything better. If I had to change something, I would say make him look more masculine, maybe more like the king's design. I think he looks too much like the queen with the fluffy coat and the ends on his sleeves and pants. But actually, I'm now looking at the king and he has a very similar design. He's also got the fluffy cape. He doesn't have the fluffy things at the end of his sleeves and pants, but he also has that same crown. So very well done to a Gung. Hopefully Clash of Clans adds something like this along with the Ice Champion. Chinonso was given the task of illustrating a Rogue Warden based off the other Rogue skins. Ooh, okay. He kept the pose of the default Grand Warden skin, and the face looks a little bit different than I would expect the Grand Warden to look like, but the art is very high quality. The shading is excellent and almost looks three-dimensional. The black outline makes it look really clean. I love how he took the liberty of changing the book to a scroll. He kept the staff pretty much the same, but definitely matched it with the rogue theme. He also changed the color of the beard, which I'm so glad he did, because a purple beard would not have looked good with this. I'm really happy with this. The only thing that doesn't quite look right is his face, and he allows 2 revisions with this package I bought, so I'm gonna send it back and see if he can touch up the face a little bit. He's just sent back the revised art. Let's see what he's done. So there's the original. Oh, wow. That looks so much more like the original Warden. I mean, that's what I wanted. So looking at them side to side, it looks like he's made the beard bigger. The skin is a little bit different color. The face kind of pops out of the hood a little bit more. I kind of like the detail that he had in the first beard, but the new one does look really good, and it looks more like the original Warden's face. I'm also glad that he put some more detail in the mouth, and he made the eyes and eyebrows more defined. It does look like the original style of this face fit better with the overall style of his body, but I am very happy with the revised version. Let's look at the next skin. And Ilham was tasked with creating a Clockwork champion. Ooh, definitely looks like a Clockwork champion. Very nice. It fits the theme really well. This one was the mid-tier price, so I would have expected a little bit better of quality. Just looking at this, the level of skill doesn't look quite as high as the 2 other skins, but nevertheless, they fulfilled the brief very well. It looks like a Clockwork champion. Maybe putting a more silver metallic head on the spear would have made it look better. I think some more shading would have been good to make it more three-dimensional, make that shield pop off from the body a little bit, and give the hair some depth. But I mean, I can't really complain too much about this. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Remember how Ilham said he couldn't do 3D artwork of the Clockwork champion, and if I wanted that from Chinonso, it would have been much more expensive. Well, someone actually created a fully rendered 3D Clockwork champion concept, which you can see by clicking this video right here.